Good evening to everybody, and welcome to my meet online. And tonight, again, we have the pleasure and the honor to have with us Anne, who has read for 24 hours not the Agrippina, and not to try to get her son Jerome up on the Caesar case for at least until tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So, good evening and welcome, welcome back to
Good evening. Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
And how is it to visit this old friend of Agrippina? It's like every 2-3 years you have a visit.
Yeah. She keeps coming back. She's unkillable. No, I love it. I mean, I really, it's one of the characters I love most to do. Really.
In this last, from the little I saw, I didn't see a lot. From the little I saw in this last production,
Mhm.
everything is modern, right?
Yeah.
It's,
Well, if you want to call the 1980s for modern now, but yes.
well, it's not Agrippina and Claudio
No.
and Nerone, and
No, it's not Roman and it's not Baroque.
and it's not him.
Mm.
How do you feel about this venturing into the melange of modern? What is the sense behind?
I think that in this case it works very, very well. Because, I mean, what we are referring to in production is the world of the soap opera. So the typical Dallas Dynasty, false and crest thing. And, I mean, that wasn't really the real world either. Everybody was so incredibly mean and horrible there as well. So this meanness and strange world of the antique Rome works very, very well in a soap opera setting. So, I mean, why not call the boss of an oil company for Caesar or Claudius? That's fine. And that's actually the only problem we could have. Everything works perfectly. Because we still have servants, we still have big meeting rooms, we still have the successor for the I'm very, very happy.
I'm going to invite everybody to see what is called by the theater a warm-up video, and I think this should give us an idea. I'm going to ask everybody to please, we have R, I have no idea who R is. Good evening, R. I'm going to mute everybody so that we don't have any echo, and we'll all watch the warm-up video for Agrippina.
The story is so complicated. If you read the synopsis, you go so no, but summing it up is a challenge. It's based on true Roman history, but very loosely based about plotting in ancient Rome and about Agrippina trying to put her son Nerone on the throne, not for the love of her son, but to secure her own interests. And on her way, she has Poppaea, the other woman of the piece, and a number of men. Her own husband Claudio, a few, intrigants, and Ottone, who's Poppaea's lover. And it's exactly what you said in the bathtub when you said, have someone else, name someone else on the throne, name a successor, and he says, yes, great idea, but who? Because I couldn't trust anyone. And you say, well,
or my hopeless son, he won't be any threat at all.
He won't be any threat
No.
at all.
I think what makes the piece interesting, that all, it's not just one Iago or something, but they're all evil. And the most evil of all is the title role, Agrippina.
To play the good ones, it's so easy to fall into cliches. And you get stuck. The evil ones, you can really go for it, and I love it. It's so much fun. Because Agrippina has a good side. If she has, it's far away. It's very deep inside. I think she has hidden that for a long time. And when you know the actual character of Agrippina, what she had gone through in her youth, being put in a brothel by her brother Callipoda, I mean, it couldn't come out a very nice person out of that experience, really.
Many men si s'approcchi e contumace che viva cor
More than soap, it's those 80s series, Dallas Dynasty, the first generation of series. This thing about all the characters being evil, being greedy, being rich and powerful. That's something that's very close to those series. But the series, I think, we used more as an aesthetic frame, as a reference that everyone recognizes in a way, as a setting in which all the characters are ambitious and plotting, and you have a lot of cliffhangers. The opera starts with Claudio being dead supposedly, and then ta-da, he's not dead. He comes back, and then Agrippina seems to be winning, then she seems to be losing, then she's... So this narrative structure is quite close to these soap operas. In a way, having this aesthetic frame was a way of underlying that.
We found out during preparation that we would like to have some typical cliché rooms where they can play in. So it's really like a film set, actually. You have really parts of it. You just have a part of the wall. You see from one side into it. And it's really realistic in this tiny little world. It's my favorite one, for sure. You can't see in it, but it's a car we cut it in half. That's it. That's the car. We have parts of the restaurant. Actually that's how it is. We have really parts of it. So you see it's little wagons and they have to come together. And the outside is quite big, so compared to the whole theater, we have tiny rooms. And this makes also a film set, I think.
It is about powerful women. Agrippina is definitely a strong female character, it's the least you can say. These female figures who are strong, who want power, who want everything now. In a way, for me, that's very 80s. It's that generation of strong women.
The writing in this period of Italian Handel is very virtuosic. It's much more flamboyant than the later Handel you may know from Messiah or the London operas. Again, this is very much young man's music. It's often quite crazy harmonically, but it has tremendous Italian colour. I think it's also a challenge and something which interests me to work in this repertoire with a house orchestra in the opera. This is obviously a big challenge for them because they're playing music which is outside the normal style of the symphonic repertoire, but it does require a slight sort of change of computer chip in the brain when one plays.
Berg is such fun to direct because it gives you so much freedom. It's got this very clear recitative versus aria structure, and then within the aria, the da capo structure, which you could think limits you in a way because it's so preset, and you have action in the recits and feelings or the action stops in the arias. The fun of it is to try and find a fluidity and find something continuous between recits and arias.
So immediately we have to say Viva Agrippina and not Viva Claudia, so that we don't get into
Well,
trouble.
yes.
Tell us a little bit about because the whole play starts with, for the first time, we have Bassa Bagnana here, and we'll come back after quite a while. That's good to see you. Can you hear me, Bassa Bagnana? Well, we can see you, so I guess you can see us. Okay. Tell us a little bit about the way, the narrative of the story. Claudio is dead, Claudio is gone, and all of a sudden you find out that you have to protect your situation, right?
Exactly.
US.
Exactly. That's what's happening. I mean, everything's starting so well. Agrippina gets a letter which says that the emperor is dead. Hooray! There's a possibility to put the son on the throne. And she also starts immediately the intrigue to do so. Only just when that happens, of course, there's a new message that he's not dead, we saved him. And the situation is getting a little bit embarrassing, but of course she always finds a way. And that's amazing with this character, that we love her even if she's so evil and mean, because she always managed to go through the situation. And she never thinks twice, she just does it. And that kind of character is always so rewarding to play.
Just to go out as far as you want.
Yeah.
But in the other production that you did with Agrippina, which, if you look a little bit into the history of Henry, I think it was the second opera he wrote in Italy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, something better. Yes.
And this is the only I can think of, which is really, really, really a very cynical kind of opera.
Oh, very.
Your face. Nobody is punished for being evil. Nobody is praised for being good. We go all the way.
No. It's like our director Marianne said, that everybody is just as bad. Well, Agrippina is perhaps a little bit worse than the other one, and Ottone is, I would say, the only one having a little bit of moral. But otherwise, everybody. It's really a
It's
I don't know
a feast
how to
of
say
evil.
A feast of evil. That's perfect.
Oh. Okay.
And still, you have the sympathy for the people, and I think that's the greatness of the piece.
Would you say that this has to do with not romantic, but a very pleasing music that kind of looks the music is not disturbing. It's always kind of flowing and allows you.
Oh, yeah. No, I think that has a big part of it, because I mean, Handel's music is always so human, and so yes, I mean, as you said, forgiving somehow. Even the bad people get the beautiful line, and you feel with them and get some kind of understanding why they are behaving like this.
How much like you were trying to hide your own personality? You get what I'm saying?
I don't think it's a question about hiding. more using my private little library back in the back of my head and see what I can use for experiences and remembering and people I've met or things I remember and seen and things like that.
So you actually have a little room, a little camera obscura where a lot of things happen, and you, every once in a while you peek in and you find, this is the arm I want for this.
Exactly. It's really true. And I've discussed it with many colleagues. We all have it like that. We have a whatever happens to us, bad or good, a little part of our brain always says, I could use that one. I save it. And
so how do you go about having these different moments, different characters of your library for the same kind of flow? Because how many times did you do Agrippina?
Fully staged, this is the second one. I did the 300-year anniversary in Venice 3 years ago, and that was fully staged. What was with Fabio Biondi conducting? And I mean, it's actually thanks to Fabio that I do this role at all, because he said he wanted me to do it, and if he hadn't asked me, I would never have tried. But since he believed in me and said, well, I want you to do it, and I said, oh, well, if Fabio thinks I can, I guess I can.
And you also sang it on stage, no?
Sorry?
You sang it also on the stage at Hallenberg.
Yes, then I did it a couple of concerts again with Fabio, and then I did it with Alan Curtis. And this summer I also did it for Maria Tardelli. So, and in May, there's another one coming with Al Aire Español in Madrid. So,
with another
conductor. So that will be a concert as well. So, but the one with Alan Curtis was semi-stage. So let's say 2.5 different ones.
Well, but still, I think it's quite a difference between having to just be on stage, concentrate on the story and the music, then be on stage, concentrate on what the director said, what the conductor said, the friends and the public.
Sure. It is, first of all, it takes a little while to change in the brain from one idea, both stage and musically, because of course Maestro Macriche has a different musical opinion than Fabio Biondi or Alan Curtis or Tardelli. So of course I have to try to learn his way, how it's not like I'm singing Agrippina the way I want. That's things people think, that I would choose the tempo I want and I would sing the variations I want. I can try, but the last word is of course the conductor. And there I better obey or we are in trouble. And I'm lucky enough to work with good people. It's not a conflict. But of course I have to change. It's a different tempo, it's a different approach. And then we have the different idea of the stage. Making a different subtext, for instance. And what I think so brilliant with Marianne Clément is that, like many modern directors, she uses a lot of subtext. But it's never awkward. Very often you get a subtext which doesn't have anything to do with the music or the original text. But in this case, she has said, well, I would like you to think like this and this and this if you like. And I said, oh, well, yes, of course, I could do that. And it has never been a conflict, which makes it easier.
Let us listen to you singing, I think, this is under, if I'm not mistaken, this is under Alan Curtis. Let's listen to this and try to find out the difference character-wise and music-wise Okay, and so I'm going to, for 1 minute again, mute everybody so that we don't have an echo. Music that's Only then, so
Yeah.
I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, right? Something like
It was 2 years ago in the concert in Oslo.
that. Oh,
A
okay.
little concert. So it was just a small part of it compared to Oslo there.
We have Mauro Mandelli who joined us, Mauro,
Ciao Mauro!
a good friend. Mauro, can you hear us, Mauro? Okay, so I can see Mauro, so I guess he's here. I still don't know who R is. Uh,
Secret R.
you don't have anybody that you feel Agrippina and his name is R.
Not yet. No, not yet. R, I don't know really.
Maybe some kind of a Ricardo, a friend of
No.
you know, when I'm watching and listening to you singing the same role right here, no, Mario, not your computer. Mario asked me in the chat whether we did it, and we did not. So, okay, well, let's see. Well, Mario, you should be okay. Earphones seem to be okay, so I don't know. You know, I listen to you here, and if I may say so, you have a different state of mind. You're more relaxed. It seems as if you are not scheming, you're not plotting against anybody. You're just having fun with the music. And,
Exactly. I mean, that's because if I am in the concert situation, I don't have to necessarily give so much of the subtext in that situation. I mean, here I'm standing in evening gown with the music in front of me. On stage, I'm sitting on the edge of a bathtub pouring champagne into it. So, I mean, the situation is a little bit different. And my subtext here would be more or less a little bit of, okay, that one, exactly, there's the bathtub. Claudius won't be in it when I pour the champagne into it. So. The subtext of the aria will be more the feeling of depression, that she has reached a goal. She has been working very, very hard for a goal. He has signed the papers, Nero will be the successor. And now what? So my subtext is more a feeling of emptiness. Like you have when you really, really wanted to have something and you have it. And then suddenly, and now? Which makes a completely different way of singing the music.
Lately, you are having quite a lot of fun singing, going everywhere, singing, and every once in a while, your funny remarks that I read on Facebook, I can try to not look at it that way, but I do feel somebody who is on a balcony overlooking the beautiful green, saying, am I really part of this dream or would I like to be something else? Every once in a while, you know, I get this feeling that you are enjoying tremendously what you're doing. But you are maybe asking yourself, is this really what I want to do?
Well, yes, in a way, perhaps I'm two people also. I think Holger will recognize it that I call myself for Anne and for Frau Hallenberg. I mean, at home, I'm not Frau Hallenberg. I even have a special walk-in closet for Frau Hallenberg and her dolls. I'm not using them at home. So it depends, I guess, if you see the stages as something written by me, as Anne, or if it's written by Frau Hallenberg. So it's a little bit ambiguous there. And of course, I have had a fantastic time. We still have, there's more than a week to go of this production. I have marvelous, marvelous, marvelous time. But still, it's also 8 weeks away from home. I left home December the 2nd, and my only contact with my home has been Skype since then. And of course, it is hard, but I can't go around and be miserable all that time.
No, no.
You have to somehow shut that off. But from time to time, of course, that hits. And then you need good friends to go to have a beer with, because otherwise it gets too depressing. Friends to share the same situation with, because we all are away for such a long time.
You are living in a small circle of successful performers. The world of opera, Europe and all over the world, is not going through the brilliant style. Italy, down.
Oh, yeah.
Very good friend of all of us going to sing Serbia, Australia, all over the world. What is the reason, you think? What can be done? I'm going to rephrase it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it all a question of all of a sudden we only have very few very good performers that make it all the time, everybody is kind of getting to the real state of what they don't have it? Or is there something else? Is this difficult political and financial situation that we are living through? And it's difficult because world governments today are not very helpful to art. Art is a luxury, why have it, why spend money? And how do you look into tomorrow?
Oh, I think, well, it's a very hard question actually. I mean, it's down to the center of the problem. What is culture, and do we need it? And I'm convinced that it will continue. We must have culture, we must have opera, we must have concerts, we must have art.
This is not what Nerone thought.
Well, he was crazy about art as well.
He played the harp.
Exactly. But so I don't think it will disappear. But the climate is so hard right now. And as you said, so many orchestras and ensembles are forced to shut down. So many festivals don't get their sponsors anymore, and it's really sad. And all the promoters and production, they only dare to put the money on the safe names. They don't dare to take any risks.
But I'm going to ask a question which maybe you all right probably can answer.
No.
How do you calculate risk? Who is risky? Who is
Yes.
And also, we live in a world where many of my singer friends and musician friends tell me that they will do CD recording only so that they can get a concert, because otherwise, there's no money to be made.
Yeah. No, it's no money in that. Definitely not. But it's a way of presenting yourself.
Yeah, it's
a very, very, very important way, actually. Though we don't know what's going to happen with the whole CD business either.
Yeah.
If now with the whole possibility to download music instead, if the CD will have a chance as a object. But the way of presenting yourself in a recorded form, of course, that's a very, very important part of a musician or a singer.
Well, this is what, I've introduced U-Sophia here, but this is what we are working on very, very strongly now. To turn U-Sophia into a media where you don't have to hide behind a YouTube or something like that and still download. And be able to talk to the artist, learn about not only the dark side, but also about the difficulties of living away from home and then having to be the best you can be, because otherwise you'll be at home all the time and won't come work. So, so we are trying to do something. Hopefully, we'll be there quite soon, whereby U-Sophia will be a place to distribute art, not only to give to artists, but also to produce and distribute art and allow artists to gain from what they do, and not only to be in the service of, because this is what the cynical way of looking at art is somebody has to have full pockets in order to be able to say, okay, well, I will give some money to the newcomers. We were all newcomers, aren't you started once? And what about all the people that are starting today? What kind of future do you think they might have? And I'm asking.
Yeah, that's. I think it's very, very tough starting now. Really. But I think it's a good idea to give the possibilities, all kind of platforms and possibilities to present yourself. It's a good thing.
No, on one hand, we have this fantastic media called the internet. On the other hand, internet is being abused because nobody knew exactly what to do with it. So we have all the programs, so-called, of social network, and which are fantastic because they're so full of people that what is lacking more and more is sincerity. It's the way that you can actually look at somebody right into his eyes and I see somebody who looks like you.
Hello, Clara. No, she doesn't look like me. She looks like Papa.
I don't know, the hair, people that look far away.
Clara, go to bed. It's late.
She doesn't understand you. Okay. Anyway. When you are the way you are now, successful and happy with what you do, which is another blessing. Not all artists are in such a nice group of people like you.
I know that the sorrows I have are luxury problems. Of course, I get upset as well. But if I compare, of course, I have luxury problems. Yeah. It's a too full calendar. I can't be at two places at the same time. I never see my family. Well, there are singers there who don't know when they're going to sing next time. So, of course, I'm very, very lucky.
Let's change direction. The Baroque.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, happily.
In this production, the Baroque meets Dallas, Texas, all the rich, corrupted Americans, and you don't even bother too much, not you, Marianne, to really put them into the Roman background. They're somewhere in the Midwest.
Yes.
But still, the music, and especially the way that Maestro McLeish is playing, is very much Baroque. Although I'm not sure that all the instruments were of that.
No, we are having since we're having the house orchestra, we are in 440, not in 415 as the Baroque should be. So it's a modern orchestra, but we have two harpsichords and one fiorbo. So that we have a guest first violinist who is a Baroque specialist, and a first cellist as well. So we have filled out the orchestra a little bit to get the bounciness, the lightness of the Baroque, to show a little easier to the orchestra. Excellent musicians, and I mean this is my third visit to this opera house. So I have done 3 productions, very, very, very different ones. I started 10 years ago with Massenet, Werther, in Charlotte. And then 2 years ago I did Rossini Semiramide and Pace with the Zedda. And now this. So I've done
So you're going back in
Massenet,
time.
Rossini and
Now we're at
Handel.
So the next
Yes, so I know this house and I know this orchestra and I know they are excellent, but of course they have to have a chance to learn.
So next we go back to
Monteverdi.
Monteverdi.
We'll see.
But it's,
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's quite interesting that they want to try and play Baroque. Although it's I must say that when I watched it, some of the singers were much more into the modern decor and the modern way of presenting the song. You seem to be having a fantastically beautiful time. But your way of enjoying it was the kind of the Baroque. In other words, in Baroque, the main thing was, like on the English stage, play it, let's have fun. Whatever you do, let's have fun. Later on, opera was not opera if you didn't kill somebody. If Rigoletto did not kill his daughter, it was not opera. And in this, all the other singers are more lyrical singers, or they're all from Baroque?
Let's see. From us main characters, we all do a lot of Baroque of us. Not everyone. Cecilia Hammarström, my old Swedish colleague, of Tone, she does occasionally both. She does both. Renata Popovic, Nerone, and I've been singing a lot of Baroque with her. Umberto Fiumo, our Claudius, also doing both. So then we have a couple of younger soloists in the smaller roles, and they, of course, they are still searching.
What to do when we grow up.
Yes, but it's a fantastic team, so it's great fun. And we do have some deaths, I must say.
Yes, I know.
Baroque. We have finished the piece in a very brilliant way. We have let, because all the 8 characters of this opera, in real life in Rome, they were all within 10 years murdered or had committed suicide. So during the final chorus, we have a video running on the screen above our heads with our own rather gory killings. What happened after the curtain went down. So we had a week of recording very, very bloody scenes, all of us, and had great fun with that.
So it's like in one of those movies that tell a real life story, and then it ends, and you have this was so and so was
exactly that's how we are done it. 4 years later, Claudius was killed by Agrippina with poisonous mushrooms and picture of that. So we do have the killings, even if they're not really existing in the opera.
Agrippina was killed in cold blood, huh?
She was stabbed, yeah. I think she stabbed me in the womb, because it was Nero who organized the killing. Stabbed me in the womb from where the monster came.
And of course, when we start the play, Jerome was anything but the eating.
No, he's a mama's boy. Yes.
Okay. As usual, we're having fun, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you to sing for us again. And this time,
What have you found now?
well, it's pensieri voi interpretate.
Okay.
Mauro, you have to get out of Skype because otherwise the microphone will not go to it. Sorry about that. I can see that you have a microphone, but it won't be. I can't hear you. So, okay. I'm going to mute everybody, and I think this is probably also from Hallenberg. That's if I'm not mistaken.
You can be from Madrid then.
Or maybe.
Yes.
No. Okay. We'll listen to this and we'll move on later.
I'll tell you later which one it is. Yes.
We'll mute everybody. This, I believe, was on stage.
That was on stage. It was with Fabio Biondi and at Teatro Malibran 3 years ago.
Because the dramatic tension was people.
And the background noise, because they had a scene change behind me. It's quite noisy.
It was, yes. Because, in what part of the opera did you catch it here?
This is sort of halfway through the story, and it's a bit weird. We have been talking a lot about this production, because everything is going Agrippina's way. Though, okay, Claudius didn't die, but she has fixed the situation and everything is going well. But still she has doubts. And this is very, very weird that we handle and deliberately chooses to have a moment of doubt exactly there when everything is going well. And we still haven't really solved why, but it's very interesting. She's beginning to feel that it's something isn't right here. It's going too well.
She wasn't bad enough, she was evil enough. She missed
Oh, she catches up with that.
quite fast. Yeah, here she is actually talking about Claudio maybe was not the big evil, like Brea had something else to hide. And
Yes,
actually,
and Ottone.
and actually she's talking here to her own thoughts. My thoughts you torment.
Yes. It's doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after this, what is the program after this will be?
I said last week, going home! Finally!
Are you
I
preparing for a
started
long?
with... sorry?
Are you preparing for a long pre-Christmas period? That's all?
Well, 10 days at home at first. Okay, that's a good film, huh? 10 days! And then I do have 3 minor mass in France. Versailles and a couple of other places. And, well, a couple of concerts.
And the next opera?
Staged opera, it will be a long, long time. I don't have anything in a year. I will be at La Monnaie in January 14. Staged opera is getting rare, unfortunately. I love it, but it's so little.
Why do you think that?
Oh, well, the power of the directors and the costume designers, that we must look the part.
So every director has only one show. That one show has to be equal to the people that you have in mind. That's close to buy.
Yes, very, very, very often. Oh, yes. So,
So it's not only in cinema, typecast.
no, it's that's really a tendency going much, much, much more in opera as well. Increasing, unfortunately. And it's something we share. I mean, I'm a quite big person, but I'm also sharing it with small colleagues, which I say, well, I can't get any work, I'm too short. So it's not only about just big persons, it's all kinds. If we don't look exactly the way the director wishes us to see, then we don't get it. They can tell us to our face that, well, you do sing best, but we would like to have the other one because she looks.
So we are going to have in 10, 15, 20 years, we're going to have a little farm where the directors and the conductors clone the people. Harold asks, Harry, you are welcome to ask my director.
Oh yes, I see her.
Carol wants to know when you're going to sing Messiah.
Oh yes, I know. I was asked to sing a Messiah in the stage, but that got cancelled, unfortunately.
So, when was it? You did say the Messiah.
Oh, I do a lot of Messiah, but a year back now, because I was in Stockholm. One of my few being at home.
Okay, so I would like to open it up to the audience here. Somebody would like to directly
Yes.
say something to all of us, to Anne, to Vassava,
Hörru,
Janava,
Agrippina.
also Agrippina, to all, also Agrippina, to Carol. Now everybody is hiding behind oh, here we are, Carol.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Mao wanted to say something, Dan.
Who? Mauro has, Mauro has a problem.
I'm trying to help him.
Mauro has a problem.
Maybe, can you see, Dan, if maybe you can have to pressing the mic or something like that to have this option?
Yeah, anyhow, but let's, Carol was saying something.
Oh, okay.
And all the big blank board also will be HP field class. How is I'm talking about single field class, HP, and can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, well, we think that all these broadcast operas in cinemas and all these TV and the live stream operas on the internet and everywhere are having a bad side. Of course, on one hand side, it's good that opera is easily accessible and you can watch performances from the net, but these houses, they are somehow also forming a picture of the opera singer, which has to look like an actor, and but these visual aspects seem to take over very much, and not only, but in part also because of opera is promoted and marketed as film. And you see also the singers that are getting exclusive contracts at labels. That's the same thing, even with CD, because it's always the whole package. They need to be ready for film market and not for the opera.
Yeah, but I think this is very much because of the way that the music market is taken over by concerns that are not concerned with music, but concerned with, selling tickets, selling CDs, music itself. I'm not going to mention names, but some good friends of mine have to do stupid video clips to sell their CDs, and the video clips have to look like it's a movie, and they have to look as if they're movie stars, because see that EMI or Sony or whoever wants to sell the singer, it also looks fantastic, they'll be great in the movie.
Yeah.
Carol, you were going to say something, I think. Carol? Were you going to say something?
Not now, Dan.
I thought I saw you unmute your microphone.
Oh, that was a little while ago. Now you can continue.
I'm trying to find out what's wrong with Pablo. No, not really. Maro, can you hear me? You can hear me, but you cannot. What is a good idea is if you try, and I will get up your screen. If you try here to click on the audio where it says audio conference on the quick start and try out your microphone. If the microphone works well, it should work well all the way. I hope that it's good. No. I don't know.
Dan, do you have the option on the list to give him the mic? Maybe it appears in your panel?
No, I can.
Is the option, does the option exist?
Only that's for all.
Oh, okay, now it doesn't. Okay.
Okay, what I was trying to get to is, so when was the last time, did you ever work with this director,
Marianne Clément?
Yeah.
No, this was the very first time, and she's wonderful. She's absolutely wonderful. She is so well prepared. She has brilliant ideas. She is musical. She somehow...
She was a dancer, no?
Sorry?
Wasn't she a dancer?
Could have been. I don't know. But she is so, also has such a friendly way of working that there has been a lovely time. We have had no conflict whatsoever. Everybody has just been very happy working all the time, and it's quite unusual for such a long period that nobody has had any diva fit of any kind. Oh, we have to go home now. We must work. We want to work.
But
So
that's,
it's been great.
That's against the character play. How do you have fun if you are
I guess we can be
Agrippina?
so evil because we have had such fun.
Well, I'm going to we are trying to leave the stage with a lot of hunger, so I'm going to have us listen again to the Fabio Bionchi. That is all about Storm of One, not more than
Oh yes.
good. And so before that, I'd like to thank you very much for being with us again. And
Thank you.
I hope to be able to prepare a lot of surprises for the next time.
I'm sure you will.
Our U-Sophia production stage, and more about this.
It's very interesting.
Well, we are working on it, and we are close to start seeing the famous slide. I hope it's not a train coming against us in the tunnel. Like good light, but it looks very, very promising. So again, I'm sorry, Mauro, that you couldn't participate. I know that you always have a lot to say, and it's really good. But please do listen to us. Good to have you here with us, Carol again, and Olga, and Rasta Diana, and famous Stevie Smart. It's a pleasure having you with us. And thank you from all my heart and for making this.
Thank you, Dan. Time for me to go to bed. I have a matinee tomorrow, so I have to be in makeup at 12 o'clock.
And we will say hello to the tormented Agrippina, trying to find out what did I do to merit all this bliss? Why is everything going exactly my way? Why is no use me trying to plot for something terrible when everything is working so well? So I'm Hallenberg, Fabrica, Handel, Agrippina, miei pensieri, poi tornerà. Here we go. Thank you again, everybody, and good night. Hope this was wonderful. Well, this way we are going to be a little bit less to the changing scene frequency.
Yes. Actually, I can also say that it was recorded at Teatro Malibran in Venice, which was the theater. It was 300 years after it was first performed on that stage for the very first time. It was written for that stage in 1709, and we did it in 2009. Ooh, I'm quite proud of have done that.
Well, should have been forward. Okay, well, we will not wait another 300 years, maybe 300 days, to be back in Venice with, we wrote another opera, first Italian opera.
Oh, I'm not the musicologist of the family. Ask Holger.
Yeah, okay, sure, definitely. I saw her name, but then she disappeared. Olga suggested that I invite the therapist to Agrippina. She was here, but then she disappeared. So, again, thank you very much for allowing us to find out a little bit more about your Agrippina and about the future, about being home in a week. So,
Yes.
thanks again. Good evening to everybody.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you, everyone. See you another time.
Good night to you. Bye.
Bye.